Soy, the final frontier. I'm Comrade Britain.
And I'm Sweaty Ambrosia. These are the voyages of the starship USS Protector, our ongoing mission.
To explore old movies, both based and incredibly fucking based. And to boldly go by
Grabthar's Hammer!
Soy Trek the podcast is here. One half vegan, one half queer. 100% communist, unless we have a less leftist guest. Patrick and Britain, talking, joking, farting and shitting all about Star Trek. Like our buttholes, this show is red. Soy Trek the podcast is here. So listen to Soy Trek right in your ears.
ears. There for listening.
Oh.
Welcome.
What if that was like the THX like surround sound?
Oh, people would walk out of movies all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Oh, we're gonna be listening to the movie that way? I'm fucking done.
Yeah, that's we should make a movie
Yeah, we should.
called Ears.
Called Ears.
Ears, the motion picture.
All about ears. Everything you ever wanted to know about ears.
And it's in black and white, but more like black and black because it's just a listening film.
Oh, okay.
A listening film, which most people call like a podcast.
Yeah.
But
Wasn't that movie released like that recently? Like it was.
yeah, there was something that was. It was about like a place where they weren't allowed to record video or something like that, some village or something. It sounded really interesting.
So you're just listening to them talk to people.
Yeah, I guess so. Which sounds, I mean, with enough depth and stuff, it could be like I could see the interest and intrigue in that. I could jerk off to something like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
They could have like animated it, like an artist rendition.
They could have, but they decided not to, and that's what sets it apart from other films, is the fact that it's kind of not a film.
Oh, got you. So,
Right.
So it is kind of like a podcast.
Kind of. But they'll never play our podcast in a movie theater.
No. I think after that introduction, like with the THX thing, like
They'll play us in Abu Ghraib to torture prisoners.
and we mentioned M. Night Shyamalan in the beginning. Like people would just think the happening's going on because everyone in the theater would just like be finding very creative ways to kill themselves.
Right.
Just like starting a lawnmower and then going and laying in front of it, and somehow all these things are available to them in the theater.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So, let's get into the meat of what we're here to talk about today.
The meat, the vegan meat.
The vegan meat of it. So we watched motherfucking Galaxy Quest.
Love Galaxy Quest.
We fucking love Galaxy Quest, and we'll talk about more why we love Galaxy Quest. But before we get into that, go to patreon.com/dumbidiotbs to support us on Patreon. It keeps us ad-free, editorially independent, and just cruising along and saying whatever the fuck we want, giving it to you for free.
For free.
But also, you get bonus episodes if you sign up there, at least one a week.
Yeah.
You also get, I don't know, depending on your tier, access to my Plex server, which has an insane wealth of film and television. It do have that.
I recently got rid of all my subscription services except for your Plex server.
Hell yeah, we love to see it.
Yeah.
You know, I do still have a couple of subscription services, and you do have access to a couple of them, I think.
Oh, do it. Oh,
Or at least you do to Paramount Plus. Yeah, you're on.
I only really used Paramount Plus to watch Star Trek.
Yeah, exactly.
and you put the episodes up.
And I put better versions of like Voyager and Deep Space Nine up than they have.
Than they got.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was thinking about it's like I don't like I was like I keep Paramount around and I never use it because I was watching the Star Trek episodes on your Plex server anyway.
Right, because I put them up like night of. Usually. So.
And also like it messed up. Was watching some Enterprise episodes and some of the Enterprise episodes on Paramount. The app itself weren't working.
No shit.
Yeah.
And I bet they work on my motherfucking Plex server.
I bet they do.
Someone actually recently on there watched through all of Enterprise.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hells yeah.
One of our listeners, in fact. So
nice.
If you're out there and you just watched through Enterprise on my Plex server, I know you're watching. I know you're watching and I'm listening.
I'm listening.
Congratulations.
Yes. Watch more Archer. More Porthos. I love Porthos. He's such a good dog. Why doesn't everyone have a dog on a ship?
Yep. Good question.
Why? Yeah, why not? I would love to have a dog on a ship. Except the thing, the dog would be really bored, especially on the Enterprise.
Yeah.
On the only Enterprise with because that was like before they even had like a holodeck. Like so, if you wanted to take your dog on like a nice little nature walk, you think also animals can perceive holodeck and like be convinced by it, or would they? Are their senses too high?
I don't think they'd be. I don't know. That's a good question. Like. Because some animals have like more extrasensory things, but I think other aliens would too. So you got to figure they probably adjust for that in some way.
Yeah, it's true.
No.
Yeah, because like a dog is mostly like uses smell to understand their surroundings. And would the smells be similar or would they be different? Like would there not be smells at all? Like
good question.
Well, I guess I know what question I'm going to bring up to like any random Star Trek actor at a Star Trek convention. Can you explain to me if a dog can perceive the holodeck the same way we can? And they're like, get away from me.
Yeah.
Security, kill this man.
I mean, I'm sure there's someone who would be glad to, like Michael Okuda, if he was at a fucking.
Oh, Michael,
he'd be like, oh, I have an answer for this.
He's like, actually, it's in a book I wrote.
Yeah. Don't you fucking read?
Don't you fucking read my shit, you fucking fucking tourist. Get out of here.
Fucking plebe.
Fucking God damn you. How dare you bring me these questions?
No.
The Okuda has spoken.
Once again, that's patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. Go sign up now.
Yeah, go sign up.
Thank you, everyone, for all your support. We love you.
Yeah, you're really wonderful.
But if you are part of the Patreon, every week you get to vote on what we watch next week. And thank God, after last week when we reviewed Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, that was a real slog. But this week...
It was fun talking about it. It wasn't fun watching it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I had fun making the podcast, but, like, actually taking notes on it was a fucking slog.
God, yeah, watching it, like we said it, like, I only saw the Plinkett review ever of it. And watching it, whew. So this week was a nice change of pace.
It was a great change of pace because our patrons voted on us watching 1999's Galaxy Quest.
A.K.A. the best Star Trek movie.
Say that again.
The best Star Trek movie ever.
Yeah, it's a fucking delightful film, but we'll get into why. This one released on Christmas 1999.
Was it released on Christmas?
It was December 25th.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't remember it being released, but I did see it in theaters.
Yeah.
I don't think on Christmas, but I did see it in theaters.
Yeah.
And I remember enjoying it then.
Mm-hmm.
This one was directed by Dean Parasot, whose other credits include Fun with Dick and Jane and Bill and Ted Face the Music, the third Bill and Ted
Interesting.
film, which I thought Fun with Dick and Jane is a real miserable film with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I'd never seen it. I was kind of keenly aware of kind of what the premise is, like they become criminals or something. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, no, I'm going to skip that one.
Yep.
Tia Leone, I think, in it.
Yeah. But Bill and Ted Face the Music was pretty all right. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that enough.
Yeah, I had, what's her face? Mr. Smith's niece.
Oh, really?
Samara Weaving.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know they were related. Interesting.
Yeah. Samara Weaving and Hugo Weaving. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like his niece or something.
Oh, do you think they weave together?
Yeah, I mean, that's like their namesake, so I guess it like
Yeah.
runs in the family. They're really good weavers.
Yeah, they better be.
Yeah.
So, the film is written by two people, David Howard and Robert Gordon. David Howard, his only other movie credit is a movie called Trek the Movie, of no relation to Star Trek,
Really?
and it's a Mormon film.
Woof.
He also has directed a lot of television, including the pilot for Monk in 2002.
Okay, so that makes sense. That Tony Shalhoub, later went on to do Monk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, apparently.
That's interesting because, like, from what I was reading, like, apparently, like, Galaxy Quest was originally a much darker, violent film before Tim Allen was attached to it.
I'm glad it wasn't a darker, more violent film.
Same. Like, I think that would have ruined it because, like, apparently there was, like, much more sex and violence and, like, there was going to be, like, people being killed in very extravagant ways.
Doesn't need it.
No, it
honestly.
doesn't. Yeah, I think keeping in tone with like the kind of like the tone of Star Trek itself, sort of like bright, colorful, like well lit, all that stuff, and kind of just like not hyper violent or anything. Like I think was a good idea.
Right.
It increased the level of parody where it's like if it was like a dark slog where people are just getting decapitated and stuff, it wouldn't have translated well as a parody of Star Trek.
No, I totally agree with that. And it wasn't so much a parody of Star Trek as it was of like fan culture in general.
Yeah, it's
which
true.
I appreciated. Although, you can definitely take it literally as a parody of Star Trek since the fan culture it's mocking is Star Trek culture.
Yeah.
Because and a lot of people don't really think about this, like fan culture is generally a new phenomenon. Mm-hmm. I mean, merchandising has been a thing forever, and there have been like sci-fi conventions and stuff like that forever, but like now we have like fandoms for everything.
Oh, everything.
Everything has like a fucking podcast about it.
Yeah.
Everything, has like some sort of cultural cachet where people are like fucking obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And I respect that, I guess, but it's like, it's this is mocking basically back when there was, like Star Trek conventions and Star Wars conventions, and not a whole lot of other options. They've had broader things like anime conventions and stuff like that, but now, you see conventions for even things like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
And very very niche kind of stuff.
Yeah, like I can't wrap my head around the Sherlock Holmes fan people.
Yeah,
Like specifically like the Benedict Cumberbatch one.
yeah. That show hasn't aged well.
No.
No, not at all. It's kind of silly. So the other writer of this film is Robert Gordon, who's probably most notable for writing Men in Black 2 and Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, the one with Jim Carrey.
Interesting. So they both have, or
Both him and the director have
the director.
a Jim Carrey connection.
Yeah.
Jim connection.
Jim
Jim Canary action. That doesn't work at all.
Someday we'll find it. The Jim Carrey connection.
The Jim Carrey's erection.
The dreamers, the lovers, and me. The boner and me.
I mean, like, I guess he's got a hole right in his back, like a big old soft velvety hole where you stick your hand,
yeah, that's
right?
true.
So, I mean, it'd be pretty easy to fuck Kermit the Frog, right?
Do you think Jim Henson ever did? At least Miss Piggy, or that was.
I mean, is there any question? Did he? Have you looked at the guy?
Though I guess
He looks like a guy who fucks puppets.
Weren't puppets there at his funeral?
Probably.
They probably were.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Yeah. there's like a Miss Piggy Muppet, and then like weird like half Muppet, half human children.
Yeah.
But she's sitting all the way in the back so they can't see it. So his human wife doesn't see.
Just like they're all like Miss Piggy with really weird beards.
Also, they're just being operated by a disembodied hand. There's just like a hand that's just like sticking out of them. That's not connected to anything else. Just a hand.
Yeah, like the Thing from Addams Family.
Yeah, it's like the Thing from Addams Family that's controlling them.
Yeah.
So yeah, like so if they go and get like an X-ray done, and there's just like a human hand inside of them as their bones.
Imagine having to X-ray a puppet.
that someone did that where like there was like a whole post where it showed like a puppet going through an MRI machine, you know, as like kind of like a promotion thing.
Yeah.
And then people were just like, yeah, that MRI basically made me bankrupt. You know, and then they're just like doing it for free on a puppet.
Yeah, right. That sucks.
Yeah. America, baby.
Yeah, we'd love to see it.
America, baby.
So we open in this movie on a ship flying through space. They have survived another day and lived to tell the tale, says the captain. Suddenly they're flanked by an enemy and dead to rights. Surrendering suggested, but the captain, played by Tim Allen, says never give up, never surrender. He orders an activation of Omega 13.
Oh shit.
To be continued. It's revealed this is playing at a sci-fi convention. They are the first audience to see the Lost Galaxy Quest two-parter since it was originally aired in 1982. The announcer calls out the crew of the NESA Protector to the stage. So, already we start off with an interesting premise of a show getting like canceled in like a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Which has definitely happened in a lot of things before.
Oh yeah.
And definitely like ruined a lot of shows before, especially with things like writer strikes and actor strikes to disrupt them. So already like kind of prescient. Because this movie was made in 99 and like the first big writer strike was in what, like 2006 or 2007 or something like that.
Yeah, I think the Heroes. I know the second season of Heroes they tried going along with it, and Heroes was like, ugh. Second season didn't make any sense.
Yeah, what are your shows that you think got canceled too soon?
OA for sure.
OA?
Yeah, OA is like something that I've been really mad about, like them canceling it, and because that was such a because like there was like Britt Marling had like an idea to have like 5 seasons to completely tell the story, and then like they only got 2 seasons.
Oh, that really sucks.
Yeah.
She said, a big bummer.
She said like maybe like release the rest in novels, which I'm fine with. Like novels are fine, but it just had a really good it had a very interesting story, good sound, some music, just excellent actors. So I was like, it was sad to see it go.
That sounds rad as fell. Rad as fell. Rad as fell.
Rad as fell.
Rad as fell. Ratisfell sounds like a sick like rocker name. Yeah. That's like a guy who wears a lot of.
I'm Ratisfell,
and are you ready to rock?
Are you ready to rat?
Yeah. Are you ready to rat? Yeah, yeah, hell yeah. Wait, one more time for me.
Are you ready to rat?
Hell yeah. So in the back, the crew is getting ready, and Tim Allen is late. So. Already we have him being kind of like a prima donna figure.
Yeah.
A lot of people say he's based off of William Shatner, and apparently William Shatner became friends with Tim Allen because of this role.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I know. He said like, "Oh, I didn't really see myself in this, but I saw Nichelle Nichols, you know." And then like as Sigourney Weaver, I was like, "But yeah, I think I guess tongue in cheek. He's like, I didn't see myself at all in Tim Allen's performance."
Interesting. So they have the announcer who is played by Sam Rockwell with a mustache.
Yeah, I love Sam Rockwell.
I love Sam Rockwell with a mustache, and he is just like a really good actor. He's a solid character actor in like any performance.
He's my like a guy I want to see in a lot more stuff. Like, 'cause, like you've seen Moon and stuff, right?
Yeah, he's so good in Moon.
God, I love Moon. Yeah. I was in I was also making like some Moon and Avatar 2 connections in my brain the other day.
Yeah.
Just like, capitalism.
While you were jerking off?
While I was jerking off.
Yeah.
But like, just like, capitalism's goal is to one day, just like have like just clones that they just like exploit that are just like stuck in some purgatory of constantly being like, just cloned again for the same job. Just like, Stephen Lang's character and, the Marine dude in Avatar 2 and then Sam Rockwell in Moon.
So they'll just take your consciousness and recycle it so they can have a welder forever.
Yeah, just have a welder forever.
Yeah.
They would too.
They will.
They will. Yeah.
They're gonna make you sign it away for like a signing bonus of like $11,000.
We're kind of already doing. That's one the thing. Like this, the Actors Guilds fighting against the Screen Actors Guild because they can just take an entire screen grab of your entire body and then use your body. Like people were signing up for this.
Yeah, no,
like,
and for like video games and stuff like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they're like, we own your likeness now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so basically they're already doing it with the technology that's available. So it's like once we're able to actually make like real meat clones at cheap, like they're just gonna have like an entire clone workforce that they can pay and pretend money and like pretend you have a wife waiting for you at home or like in Moon.
Yeah.
And then just like extract your value and then just like put you in a tube and burn you to death.
Yeah. Sounds fun.
Sounds fun.
I like the putting you in a tube and burning you.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of nice.
God, that would be awesome.
Sounds hot. Yeah. So Alan Rickman, who's playing Alexander Dane, who's in turn playing a character called Dr. Lazarus on the show Galaxy Quest, commiserates his position as a serious actor saying stupid sci-fi lines. Sigourney Weaver playing Gwen DeMarco, who played Lieutenant Tawny Madison on the show. His little sympathy is her character on the show is just a sex object in the same vein as perhaps 7 of 9. Yeah.
Do you know her boobs in this movie were prosthetics?
Really? Those weren't her real boobs?
Yeah, those weren't her real boobs.
Bummer. I wish she came back with her real pubic hair, like in the first Alien.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the star of the film. Is her fucking rad bush.
Rad bush.
That's the only bush I want in the White House, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Sigourney Weavers.
Yep.
Yeah, I was surprised to read that too. I was just like, those are prosthetics. And I guess on the set she was throwing them at people and stuff.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
She probably resented that. She was probably like, this is stupid, whatever.
She apparently loved her blonde wig though. She
looks great in blonde.
She does, yeah.
She looks great anyway. She's a beautiful woman.
Oh yeah, absolutely stunning. She wore she kept the blonde wig and the prosthetic boobs.
Oh, that rocks. Yeah. Hell yeah, girl. You get it. So suddenly Tim Allen, who's playing Jason Nesmith, who played Commander Peter Quincy Taggart, comes in through the back door, and he is jazzed.
He's jazzed up. He probably smoked a jazz cigarette.
Probably a jazz cigarette. Did a couple lines of the jazz rock.
Yeah. You know who was supposed to be, I guess, played. I mean, you could probably see it in his performance, but Tony Shalhoub. He was supposedly be playing his role high the entire time. But you don't ever see him do any drugs.
No. But someone does ask him. A guy asks him if he's stoned at one point, I think.
Yeah.
Which was pretty funny.
But yeah, I guess to keep it like PG, they had to like make sure he didn't get high at all during on screen.
Mm-hmm. What was his character's name? Fred Kwan.
Fred Kwan, who played Deck Commander Chin or something.
Yeah.
Deck Sergeant Chin, I think.
Yeah.
Or he was supposed to be playing like a person of questionable
Ethnic origin.
ethnic origin, playing like someone from another ethnic origin.
Yeah, we love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like they couldn't figure out what the fuck to do with Harry Kim.
Yeah,
And he like kept suggesting like fucking like things from his culture for them to include, and they just like included very vague Asian stuff instead.
Or like Chakotay.
Yeah.
just like
I don't think Robert Beltran offered any help on that one.
No, he did not. Like, yeah, they just had the white guy they hired as the native expert.
Yeah.
Like, just make up stuff on the fly.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So yeah, I guess he was. I guess kind of like a cross between like, because I guess there was lots of like Voyager references, because I think like Sigourney Weaver makes the comment like she had a TV guide spread about her, but it was all about her boobs. Which it actually happened to Jerry Ryan. When she was interviewed for 7 of 9. I guess like the entire interview was just about her boobs. Yeah.
No. So Nesmith asks if he's too late for Alexander's panic attack, which is a great line. Everybody is scorning him, and he asks what he did. The crew exonerates Nesmith for being late, and Alexander tries to leave. They get him before he does, and the crew begins to make their way to the stage. Meanwhile, Nesmith threatens Alexander into doing the show. Alexander makes his way to the stage and says his famous line, "By Grabthar's hammer, you will be avenged." And he, it's really well played, and he like winces at this.
Yeah.
And like, we're going to talk about it a lot, I'm sure, but like, Alan Rickman is fantastic in this film.
He is amazing.
He earns every fucking bit of his paycheck. He brings me to tears at one point.
Same.
Like, you just like, you know, it's a well-made film, and he shines in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's like a role that like is clearly, you know, just supposed to be like a play on Spock, you know, and also like Leonard Nimoy's own like complicated relationship with the character of Spock.
Yeah, like his book, I'm Not Spock.
Yeah, and then like I am Spock. And so it's just like, and so it's, I think it's very easy to just be like, okay, well that's obviously the character, but I think Alan Rickman adds so much to the role where you just like, by the end, you're just fully on board with his journey from like just like from it being cringe to just it being completely sincere, and that's really sweet.
It is really sweet. It feels like a very like honest and touching film, which like I almost get that like it's co-written by like a Mormon guy, because there's a certain like amount of like feeling and like community and like heart to the film.
Yeah.
That you don't necessarily see in more nihilistic comedies.
No, definitely not. Or even like the TNG films themselves.
Yeah, straight up. Which are a little more nihilistic, I think.
Which are nihilistic and don't bring that same. And yeah, and the like the feeling of togetherness is also like, you know, feel with these characters. Like obviously they're not the characters they are on screen. Like they're like in person they all like obviously resent one another and like and only drawn together because this is like their only chance at a paycheck. It was like reliving this like this job they had 20 years ago. but they still have like this sort of like camaraderie and like togetherness, which is very sweet.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. We love to see it.
Yeah.
And it seems like they do have like similar relationships with Nesmith, you know, as the lead, as like a lot of people on the original Star Trek have with William Shatner.
Yeah.
Like some of them seem to like hate him in private but like him in public.
Yeah.
You know, in a lot of ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah, just like resent him, but you know, kind of have to like tolerate him. Yeah.
I definitely think he's like an asshole and a narcissist.
Yeah.
If maybe a charming one.
Yeah.
So, next, Nesmith is called to stage. He delivers his famous lines to the crowd, and the crowd goes wild. He tries to keep talking, but then his microphone is cut.
I do like how, yeah, it's like everyone else seems very reluctant, and he's just like owning it, because that's like where it's like the others are more realistic about like this is being like their purgatory, being tied to this franchise for the rest of their lives, but he's just like, I don't care. Like,
No, he's making money. He's making his dollar fucking doing conventions and shows and shit all the time.
he's got a bunch of loyal fans who come up to him and be like, "We love you," and he's just like milks it. He's like,
Yeah, he's
Just like,
oh, sweet money.
sweet money.
Yeah, he hears that fandom is change in his pocket, man.
Yeah, and also he gets like, just like the feeling of like appreciation and just like and love from everyone too.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I get to feel good. This is my feel good factory.
Feel Good Factory.
Yeah, feel good.
We love to be at the Feel Good Factory, don't we?
Yeah.
What's your Feel Good Factory? Is it your room masturbating alone?
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's listening to Gorillaz Feel Good Inc.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. It's your Feel Good. Why does it have to be incorporated? Like,
I don't know.
why
I
is it
guess-
not Feel Good LLC? Right.
Yeah, that's a good question. We should write the Gorillaz about that.
Yeah.
Just-
Like, how many employees do they have? I don't.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, half of them don't even exist in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they only got the singer. Like, isn't it really just two guys?
Yeah, but they like play different characters and they have other people play different characters. So, it's cool.
All right.
They do a thing.
They do a thing.
They have a whole show and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, fucking weird indie music and then a hip hop verse and then more weird indie music and a hip hop verse. It's whatever.
You think they bring all the guest rappers with them on tour?
No, they. I mean, they don't have to because it's like a big animated show basically.
Yeah.
And they can sample whatever they need to. I'm sure. I've seen them with like some of the rappers live sometimes, like at festivals and stuff. But I
Okay.
don't think it's a regular thing they do. I don't think they like bring Del the Funky Homo Sapien on tour with them all the
Yeah.
time just to do is like one song, or 2 songs with them,
They're like, okay, that's the song now.
or
Get
like
out.
the entirety of it was Mobb Deep. Who was it? They had one of those fucking rap groups, and they'd have to have like multiple rap groups travel with them, which is like untenable.
Perform one song, for like do 4-minute set, and then like go away. I can see that.
Yeah. So, a group of aliens. Oh wait. Later, they're signing autographs, and people keep approaching Nesmith. Alexander, saying "by Grabthar's hammer," which annoys him to no end. Gwen looks over at Nesmith, and he catches her eye in a romantic way.
Oh shit.
Which, this is the only part I didn't love about the film, and I didn't think was needed, was like this there kind of thing. It should have been more like she learns to tolerate him.
Yeah, because it kind of established it from. I mean, I guess like maybe there is like they work together, but really like the show was only on for 2 years. Like the Galaxy Quest and show, I think. So it's like it's weird. But it seems like I guess they had like a over 100 episode run
Yeah.
or something.
So they're probably in syndication everywhere.
Yeah, I could see. And plus, I guess they've been traveling enough where, like, I guess they could potentially have formed some sort of like, will they, won't they type thing.
Yeah. Anyway, a fan asks about their chemistry, and Nesmith and DeMarco both have differing opinions on their on-screen chemistry. A group of aliens approach Nesmith, dressed in silver, and say they need to talk to him about a matter of great importance. One of these aliens is played by Rainn Wilson in his first movie appearance
Yeah,
ever.
first ever.
Movie appearance.
Yeah.
He'd been on TV before, I think.
Yeah, and it's funny. Like, I guess he was like, where it like introduces him as a main one, but then he kind of basically disappears for the rest of the film.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they cut out some of his scenes or something. Because this film is also really well edited.
Oh yeah.
So it's very tight, I think.
I guess he got like a role in another film, in an indie film, and so he kind of had to leave production to do that. And so, like, I guess,
bummer.
like, his role was diminished for the rest of the film.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah. I guess that's why, like, when they bring in, like, the other guy later, Quiddick.
Yeah. I love Quiddick.
Me too.
Quiddick is the heart of the film. At first, I thought Quiddick was Kevin McDonald.
No.
Because he looks kind of like him. He's got a huge forehead like him. Yeah, and Kevin McDonald is in this film.
He is in this film. I love it in a very, very random like role where you only see him on screen for maybe like 5 seconds.
Yeah, he like announces something.
Yeah,
and he's like by this point, like he, Kids in the Hall was done, and like he's like a legendary comedic actor by this point. I think
he's really funny. Yeah, and we had Kids in the Hall Brain Candy.
Yeah, Brain Candy's great. We love it.
Yeah.
So. Nesmith thinks that these aliens are part of a convention appearance and tells them to pick him up in a limo the next day. He then tries to hit on Gwen, but she's not having it.
No.
She turns him down. Nesmith goes into the bathroom and hears a couple of assholes who sound exactly like us making fun of him for being a has-been. Later, when signing autographs, a kid played by Justin Long, also in his first film appearance, asks Nesmith a highly technical question which sets him off, and he yells at the kid and tells him that it's just a show, to not take it seriously as he storms off.
Also, that scenario where Nesmith overhears people shitting on him in a bathroom actually did happen to William Shatner.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's actually based on William Shatner's own experience at a 1986 convention.
That sucks.
That
kind of rules, though.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, that's literally what we do.
Yeah, that's literally what we do.
Yeah, we're just that, but a lot more public.
Yes. Yeah, we would be like, fuck you, William Shatner. And we wouldn't even, he wouldn't even overhear us. We'd be telling him directly.
Shatting in his ear.
Shatting in his ear.
So Tim Allen, Nesmith, he goes home and he drinks a bunch of Scotch whiskey.
With his pants off.
And a shirt loosely on. Just watches himself on TV while getting drunk. Which is pretty...
We've all been there.
I haven't watched myself on TV.
No.
I guess I've watched videos of myself while getting drunk, but those were the security camera footage they were showing me.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Sir, you need to stop drinking the alcohol you stole."
That was evidence A.
Yeah.
in your court trial.
Yeah, evidence alcohol.
And that you were able to get because you were representing yourself in the trial.
Hell yeah. And they gave it back to me for evidence.
Yeah. You had to. Yeah. You're like, I can view all the evidence. Yeah.
So the next morning, Tim Allen wakes up and he's hungover as fuck, still not wearing pants. And the alien convention group from the day prior come to pick him up. He's hungover and sleeps for most of the limo ride. And this is kind of a fun scene. The girl alien, Lealia.
Lalaria. Yeah, played by Missy Pyle, who's an excellent actress.
Yeah, very fun. And she was great in this.
Yeah, she was. But
her communicator's broken, and so she speaks in her native language very briefly, and it's very grating.
Yes.
Yeah. It's one more time for me. Yeah, exactly like that.
Hello, and it should be said that the rest of the actors of the aliens, as led by Mathazar Enrico Colantoni, who is best known for Just Shoot Me, right?
Everyone's seen Just Shoot Me.
Has everyone seen Just Shoot Me?
I'm a Just Shoot Me super fan. I used to watch it nonstop.
Oh, yeah?
I love that show.
Yeah. Is it just the title that really gets you?
That show was really funny. David Cross was in an episode where he played Enrico's brother, who was faking a traumatic brain injury where he became very simple, but he wasn't actually, he was just milking it his entire life for sympathy.
That rocks.
That was such a funny episode.
That's pretty fun.
But Enrico in this, like that actor who plays Mathazar, he's responsible for the entire and the way all the aliens act in this film, like of those people, because he chose to do that in the audition to have the very melodic, monotone way of speaking.
Oh, hello! It's such an honor.
That was a choice he made himself. He wasn't given that direction. And they loved it so much, they were just like, okay, everyone's going to act like you.
Yeah, and I applaud him for that, because it is a series of wild decisions that at first are like very grating and kind of annoying. But once you accept that they're just doing this, it becomes funnier and funnier. And like their mannerisms are like very funny.
Yes. Because they're trying to imitate human speech and human mannerisms, but don't have that grasp of it yet.
Right, and they're also, it should be noted, they're like octopus people.
Yes.
That are like they're just masquerading as men and women.
Yes, they don't know how, like, you see the way they walk is like very bizarre, where they almost have their hands in front of their knees and do very large steps, and they all kind of looks very similar, where they all have like black hair with like very neat cuts, and they're weirdly pale, and
hell yeah,
it's amazing. That guy, I love their aliens in this. They're so funny.
They're very funny. The Thermians.
The Thermians, that's what they're called.
So Tim Allen, the cat or the limo that he's in gets like transported up into space, into a spaceship. So he awakens. Nesmith awakens elsewhere and does not grasp that the Thermians are aliens, and that he has been transported to a working recreation of the NSEA Protector, the starship from Galaxy Quest. So he believes he's on set and must perform in character, and kind of hungoverly confronts the Thermians' enemy, the warlord Ceres, who is very well done in this film.
Yeah, he's very funny.
Yeah,
and I guess they named him after a movie critic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think his name is like Andrew Ceres or something.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
And they named him after that. Yeah,
that's great. Yeah. He demands the Omega-13 device, which, to me, that sounds like a 13-inch long dildo, right?
Yeah, or Omega Bad Luck 13 Ride Extravaganza.
What is that?
It's a band, or like Bad Luck 13 Ride Extravaganza. It's a band. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh
yeah.
They're all right. I saw them. That's a band I saw that right when they started, they shot Roman candle fireworks into the crowd and threw a severed pig's head and a severed lamb's head into the crowd, and I got hit in the head with a severed pig's head.
Cool.
Yeah, it hurt really bad. Pig's heads are very heavy.
Yeah, that honestly, that explains a lot.
That explains.
You got pig CTE. All right. This is all coming together now.
Excuse me, Britt. I like to call it pig-brained.
I ain't simple. I pig brains.
I got pig brains.
It's genetic.
Yeah, so that's what you call it when you get hit in the head with a severed pig's head.
Yeah, and get fucking a concussion.
Get a concussion. Cool. I'm pig heads now. I got pig head disease.
Yeah, you got to case that pig head.
Case that pig head.
So, the Omega-13 is a secret super weapon mentioned in the show's finale, in the two-parter that we mentioned earlier. And it has never been used, and its capabilities are unknown to all. Yeah, so what do you think it does, not knowing the end?
I was actually wondering how the Thermians, because this is like an unaired, like the Omega-13 is part of an unaired two-parter.
Right.
So they never seen it.
Right.
But they were able to build it, though.
I know. It doesn't make any sense because it doesn't explain what it does on the show.
No.
And so how would they know, like, how to construct it or anything like that?
But it is interesting, like, none of the actors know.
Yeah, no one knows. It's just, like, this mysterious thing, which honestly I'm fine with. It's something they never explain, and I think doesn't really need explanation.
Yeah.
Because it is, like, literally a Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it does do, like, the, like, impossible at the end. And, but, like, I was kind of wondering because, like, you know, and it demonstrates that a lot of the actors, like Laredo and stuff, like, and like all of them, and you know, and Alexander Dane, and they all know the episodes by number.
They
like,
do.
They demonstrate that they have like an encyclopedic knowledge of each episode. Like they're like, oh, like like episode 17. They're like instantly know what they're talking about. But then like they all filmed the Omega 13 two-parter was filmed and never aired.
Right.
So you think they would remember what Omega 13 did?
Maybe.
Just saying.
You're probably right. You're probably right. That's probably a giant plot hole.
Hope someone got fired for that blunder.
I hope someone's dog got shot by a cop for that.
Yeah. Hope someone's dog was forced to eat rocks and they threw it over a bridge into some water. No, that's where did that come from?
I don't know. You're the vegan half of this podcast, dog. That was.
Whew, I just channeled some darkness right there.
Yeah, you reached deep inside for that one, I'm sure.
Wow, I gotta sit with that for a moment.
Yeah, that's not just like all you think about while you're driving.
Forcing people to eat rocks and throw them into a river.
That's just what you quietly whisper to yourself in a car with no music on as you're going through the Jack in the Box drive-through.
Yeah, I'm just gonna eat some rocks. I'm gonna throw myself over that bridge.
Yeah. So, Nesmith gives some random orders and manages to temporarily defeat Ceres by ordering like both cannons fired, the left and the right, the red and the blue, completely emptied, like my balls.
Oh, nice.
I have a red and a blue one.
As long as you keep them empty at all times.
Yeah, I paint it like a Braveheart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, before I go into battle, and that's what I call sex.
Then you make your dick hole go freedom.
I do, and then I make it say some other things that Mel Gibson also said.
Your dick's canceled, Brit.
Oh no.
Your dick's canceled.
Damn, dude.
Damn.
So, after the grateful Thermians transport him back to Earth, Jason realized the experience was real because, like, they put him in this, like, kind of, like, big cargo bay area, and then it all turns dark, and then he's, like, covered in this jelly liquid stuff, and a light is placed on him, and then it opens up to a great shot of, like, a fucking planet they're near and just like an endless universe basically, and he's like, whoa, and they shoot him through a black hole back to Earth, and then the next thing we see him like smoking and shaking next to his pool at home.
I did like that. I like how they kind of tried to reimagine a lot of like things like transportation and stuff.
Yeah,
like transporters and I like the idea of just being encased in gel and then shot through the universe. That was a pretty good visual and just like absolutely terrifying. And that's apparently also like I guess like the writer initially wanted like it to just have the possibility that Nesmith, like all of this is just Nesmith's dream. Sort of have some sort of like open interpretation to whether or not like once he falls asleep in the limo and he wakes up in this, then supposed to just wake up in the spaceship to make it. But I guess
but the ending kind of negates that idea.
Yeah, and also
unless that's just the limo crashing.
Yeah, the limo crashing.
The fucking driver like has an aneurysm in the middle of driving.
Yeah,
and then it just crashes through the fucking convention center, and the whole cast gets out.
Yeah, I guess like the director, he decided to add like the shot of the limo being shot up in the air to keep any sort of like like interpretation like
right.
Yeah, but I think it would have been interesting to have that sort of like is it real type thing, you have like Total Recall or something where it's like, oh, is this did everything that happened Nesmith's dream, or is it like
the game great film.
Oh yeah, with Michael Douglas.
Yeah, with Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas.
Michael Bunghole.
Gay actor Michael Douglas.
Gay actor. He's so gay.
Yeah.
No. So The other cast members are opening an electronics store, which is maybe the funniest scene in the film.
I like it's right outside the convention center as well, where they're having the.
That's true. It is.
Yeah.
That's true.
I
Yeah.
thought that was really funny.
Yeah. I mean, not a big lot, I guess.
No. Yeah, and for some reason, no one at the that's going to the sci-fi convention decides to use this lot for parking.
They probably had it posted. No event parking.
That's true. Yeah.
Although this is an event, so right.
We're talking about this. We're finding some plot holes
Yeah.
here. I guess this isn't a good movie.
Excuse me, there was no event-only parking sign in this lot, yet there was no one parked here, and there was a convention going on next door. I don't buy it. I don't fucking buy it for a second, Buster.
Spoiler, I mean, I did give this like movie an A. Mm-hmm. It's quickly becoming an F.
Yeah.
Like, there's too many glaring plot holes.
A Mormon co-writer couldn't have saved this no matter what.
No, absolutely not.
There's too many things.
He didn't think to add like a no parking sign so that no one from the sci-fi convention could park there.
And you'd think, I mean, the Mormon, they always have no event parking signs at the Mormon church.
It's true.
They always have them because they have plenty of parking, but only for their people.
Only for their people.
Only for their people.
Only for the people who wear the special underwear.
Yeah.
And they know if you don't not wearing it.
Yeah. Right. They don't have event parking for the Cradle of Filth concert.
No.
I was going to. I learned out the hard way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They towed my car.
They did at Cradle of Filth?
No. I wouldn't go to a Cradle of Filth concert.
I would.
Yeah.
I think they're really funny.
Yeah, they're funny.
I love Danny Bill. Like,
he's a silly.
Weird.
He's a tiny guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Dimmu Borgir once.
I've seen him before. They're all
that
right.
had the former drummer of Cradle of Filth in it.
Oh yeah, they all have the same drummers.
Yeah.
That sounds all
like
big.
There's only like a couple drummers that can be like.
Yeah, right. Just machine drumming.
Yeah. Do the double bass.
Mm-hmm. So, the electronics store opening is very funny, and they have Alexander delivers his line by Balthazar's hammer. What a savings!
What a savings!
Which is like the best line in the entire film, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like Sigourney Weaver's like elbowing him, like, say the line.
Yeah.
He looks like he's being.
Come on, Bart, say it.
He looks like he's being tortured, and he's just like, my Grabthar's hammer. These prices. What does he say?
What a savings.
What a savings.
What a savings, Mr. Potter.
Mr. Potter. Ho, ho, ho. Now I've got a machine gun.
One thing I love about like these incredibly British actors is like I feel like everything they do is mildly gay coded.
Oh, British, yeah.
Yeah, there's something about like very prissy like British men that's just so gay, and I love it. Yeah, it's pretty good. So Nesmith attempts to convince the other cast members, but is rebuffed after accidentally mixing up his communicator with Justin Long, who was at the convention the day before, whose name happens to be Brandon.
Ooh,
let's go Brandon.
Oh,
let's go Brandon.
And you know what? And that's good. They should have had that chant because Brandon
saves the day.
Saves the day.
Right. And so I don't usually like politics in film, but in 1999 they should have definitely said let's go Brandon.
They should have said it.
Yeah.
And then he should have been. And then Justin Long should have looked directly at the camera and said like, yes. Fuck Joe Biden. And it would have made any sense to anybody, but it would have made sense to us now, 24 years later.
It would have made sense to a leftist 24 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, because they would have been like, yeah, Joe Biden is a senator who fucking sucks.
He blows.
Yeah. Unfortunately, then I was only 11, so I didn't really get this shit.
No, Joe Biden. Yeah, but, Justin Long, he would have known. He would have seen through the veil of time.
He would have. That's probably why he chose the name Brandon, because he saw that coming.
So let's come
Brandon. Let's come Brandon.
Let's come Brandon.
let's come Brandon.
Come.
Let's come Brandon. So when the Thurman Lalaurie appears and requests Jason's help again. That's Nesmith. The cast, thinking it's a job, join him, including the MC from the day prior, Guy, the guy who's played by Sam Rockwell, who played an ill-fated redshirt in only one episode 81.
Yeah.
Everyone is shaken up except Tony Shalhoub. They're all transported in the weird jelly things. And everyone's very shaken up because they see the Thermians in their original form, which is like octopus people. And they put instruments all over them and probe them and put a thing in their ear.
One octopus was holding a speculum.
Oh, yeah? What do you think they were going to do with that?
Well, clearly, like a gynecological exam.
Oh, yeah.
Give me that gynecological exam.
That'd be funny if they're just like, they just end up using it on Sam Rockwell.
That would have made sense for his character, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. He could be a trans mask.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's also funny, like, he's supposed to be, like, presumably, like, he had played an adult on the show prior.
Yeah.
But he's actually 3 years younger than the actor playing Laredo, who was a child on the show.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he's actually 3 years younger than young Laredo.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's a fun fact.
That's a fun fact.
Fun fact. So, everyone is shaken up from being transported except for Tony Shalhoub, who says it's a hell of a thing.
Yeah.
But then again, he doesn't really see the octopus people in their
No, he doesn't.
But he will later.
He will later.
Oh, he will later. Intimately. Entenmann's-ly. They're going to eat an Entenmann's cake together.
Yes.
Entenmann's pound cake. What's your favorite Entenmann's snack before you went vegan?
I definitely like the chocolate chip cookies. They're really good.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I always like their pies are pretty good, like the fruit pies.
the
And they also have
Entenmann's.
a chocolate cream pie that's pretty good, which is what I call it when...
I go to the bathhouse and get fucked by 10 black guys.
But I haven't had Entenmann's, and when you asked that, I was like, realized I haven't had Entenmann's in over 10 years now, so I barely remember the taste.
Boo.
I'm sorry.
Boo.
Boo this man.
Boo. Yeah, fuck you, guy. Think about what you've done.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, you should. It's a real fucking shame, brother.
I haven't no Entenmann's in my bloodstream.
yeah, I'm gonna Entenmann's test you for the podcast. For every podcast.
Your Entenmann's levels are too low.
I wonder if that doesn't break HIPAA because I'm a business. I guess you're not technically an employee.
No.
Yet. I'm going to steal your social security number and make you an employee.
My social security number is... No, I'm just kidding.
No, go for it.
I'm sorry. I was pushing you to talk.
No, I got it. I got all that.
You got it?
I got all that.
Okay, good.
It's 861 3466 26.
Damn, that is good. That is it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's 86.
Oh, that was an actual joke.
That was an actual joke.
Yeah. Well, I censored it.
Good.
So no one will
will
hear
know.
the joke. Yeah.
Good.
You're welcome. So, aboard the Protector, they take the grand tour, and the cast learns that the Thermians, who are octopus people, possess no concept of fiction and believe episodes of Galaxy Quest are, in fact, true historical documents. Inspired by the crew's adventures, they have based their society on the virtues espoused by the show. So this is like a 15-year-old society, I guess. Which I think Neelix is interested in.
Yeah. I do kind of like that too, because that is kind of what fans of Star Trek do anyway. Like, we kind of try to live by the ideals of Starfleet.
Maybe you. I'm trying to be a Terran over here. I'm trying to live in the mirror universe and like kill things and get funky.
That explains the goatee you've grown.
I've got one on my balls too.
It's on my balls too, brother.
It's like that's why I call it the Spock cock.
Hell yeah.
This is evil Spock's goatee.
Yeah.
Down there.
It's a great episode. Mirror, mirror. Mm-hmm. It's not a good episode. It's one of the worst, and I'm sure someone will ask us to do it in the near future.
Probably. We don't do too much TOS.
No, but there's some fun TOS, and there's some bad TOS. And there's some like real mediocre TOS as well.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So I'd be good with the really good or the really bad. Like I had a good time doing Spock's Brain.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, TOS is not one of my favorite ones. It's actually probably like, I mean, before the creation of like Picard and stuff, like it was probably like the lowest on the tier of how I rate my Star Trek series.
I'd probably put it around Voyager in my terms of enjoyment. I really like a lot of what they're going for, and like I really do fuck with Gene's vision.
Yeah.
And his horniness.
And the horniness.
Yeah, he's super fucking horny.
Got the green-haired girl, got the Orion slave girls, all that stuff. Man.
Keep going. Keep going.
You got
I'm almost finished.
got the Tellarites. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Them pig boys.
Big pig boy. Squeal for the pig boy. Well, we just lost all of our listeners.
We did. Sorry.
It's fine. We do this a lot. Lose all of our listeners.
Then gain them back. Because we have the Men in Black memory erasing machine.
Yeah, we do.
So we just go after.
It's called Everyone Who Listens to Us Smokes Weed. So cool. Thank you for smoking weed, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you for smoking.
Yeah. So the Thermians have just learned of lies and deception and don't realize that the show is just entertainment. Alexander also meets a Thermian named Quelek, who has centered his life around Dr. Lazarus's people, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, and we really like Quelek.
Yeah.
He's just a good character, a good addition, a good like heart to the whole thing. That shows like someone who's like, you know, like an obsessed fanboy in a way, but like very genuine about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he definitely believes like because it's basically like the things that he says, like the Macthars thing or whatever. Like it's like saying as if like if we actually believe like the Vulcan neck pinch could work or mind melds. Like it's like he's basically a guy like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but he actually is making it work somehow.
Yeah, making it work.
Yeah, I love how this
sheer force of will.
this society has just like actually become a faster than light people's just by like putting together bullshit put on by like a Star Trek type show. Yeah. Like that's a really just funny idea in general, I think.
Yeah, I do like that. It's kind of like, you know, and this idea has also been replicated, you know, in Star Trek itself, you know, like the Enterprisians, like and Prodigy and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great episode.
That was a really good episode.
Yeah. Big fan. So Saris, the big villain guy with a big eye patch, returns
Looks
to...
like a General Chang from Star Trek 6.
A little bit, yeah, except like a big bug man.
Yeah, but he has like the bolted-on eye patch.
He does, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think he takes it off to have sex?
What, with his eye?
What do you mean?
What are you saying? Like he takes it and then like uses his eye to...
Oh, yeah.
His empty socket.
Yeah. He's like,
Fuck my skull.
Because otherwise I don't think he would actually need it off for sex, no. 'Cause I think that would be a whole thing, you know, unbolting it from his bones.
oh, yeah. And he's like, yeah, just lube it up a little. Just lube it up a little. Not too much. I like it a little rough.
I'm going to say, you know, what probably sucks is it probably does stink under there.
Oh, it probably smells. I mean, like, he looks like a stinky guy in general.
He does. And but then, like, you just have, like, because it doesn't cover just, like, it covers a large area around his face that probably sweats and then, like, and, like, it just, like, bruise under there. He probably has a very bad skin condition under there. So it's not a healthy.
He's probably making some eye yogurt up in there. Some eye kombucha.
Yeah, just like coming out through his nose, just like the eye kombucha, just like scobies are just popping out. He's just like, oh, damn these eye scobies.
A little Neelix type guy is just wandering around after him. You're like, ooh, another one for the sourdough bread.
Time to make some cheese. To make the kombucha.
Yeah, Neelix loves kombucha.
Oh, absolutely. He probably eats the SCOBY.
Oh, he does. He fucking douches with his SCOBY somehow.
Ugh, God.
I succeeded in disgusting you. Yes. You were visibly shook.
I did. I had a physical reaction to that. I did.
Yeah. Wow. I'm impressed with myself today. I mean, I apologize, but also very impressed with myself.
Very impressed.
So Tony Shalhoub. So Saris returns to attack the Protector again. So Tommy, the ship's pilot, who played young. What's his name?
Laredo.
Young Laredo on the show. He was like a kid, kind of like Wesley Crusher.
Yeah.
He hits the turbo button and he holds it down. Tony Shalhoub calls up and nonchalantly tells them that the ship is breaking up and he can't hold it much longer.
Yeah.
It's a really fun like juxtaposition to like Scotty and like Geordi being like real frantic about everything when it's happening because he just seems stoned. He's like. Yeah. So, not a big deal, but engineering down here says we can't hold it together any longer and the ship's engines are going to blow. And it's like a very, very great, straightforward delivery.
Yeah. I remember when I first saw this movie, I couldn't understand what was going on with him because I didn't understand since there's no actual drug use scenes where I was just like, why is he like this? I just thought he was just like really weird. And
I think he's just a cool guy.
Yeah, he's just a cool guy. And so then it's like, okay, yeah, he's supposed to be getting hot. And I think that would have been funny if he did just like have like a really extravagant bong with him. But I mean, and then that ends up like saving the day somehow.
That would have actually been funny, but I think maybe it would have taken away from the film a little bit and made
it would have also
a little too zany.
And it also would have like given it like a. Which is funny because
one thing that would have been funny is just a very short scene showing like him like having them made like constructed or replicated a very ornate bong, and he's
like it's beautiful,
and they're like, so you're saying you put flowers in it, and he's like something like that.
They make him a crack pipe. Which is funny because like they did like take out like a lot of the overt drug references because of Tim Allen's involvement because he wanted to be so family friendly.
Interesting. And maybe that's why they put a Mormon into it.
That's true. And like but it's just funny like knowing Tim Allen's past where he like was
dealt cocaine
and then ratted on all of the bosses, all of his higher ups.
Yeah. So fucking ACAB includes Tim Allen.
ACAB does include Tim Allen. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
You should have that sound effect.
I should. I used to, if you recall.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Yeah. I'll put it on this one sometime.
But I think like one of the first jokes you ever said to me was like something around that ended with the punchline. You know, something about home improvement. I can't remember.
It's a fucking Tim Heidecker joke.
Oh yeah.
It goes like. So I do stand-up comedy, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, you mean like Tim Allen?" And my response to them is, "Yeah,
that's good."
Yeah, it is. He's got some great bits.
He's got some good bits.
Yeah, I saw him with Neil Hamburger one time live. That was a great show.
God, that was amazing.
Yeah, both of them absolute comic giants for sure. So, the Protector barely escapes Saris' ship through a magnetic minefield. However, the ship's power source, the beryllium sphere, is severely damaged.
Oh no.
The humans travel to the surface of a nearby planet for a new sphere, which they snatch from ferocious, childlike aliens with a mining colony. They escape from them, but then Nesmith has to fight a giant pig. that they keep on calling like a thing. I forget. Gragnock. There you go.
Yeah.
Like Gragnock. So he's fighting this pig, and he's calling up to the ship, telling them to like do something about it. And so Tech Sergeant Chen, played by Tony Shalhoub, must engage the interstellar conveyor belt in order to get him back. And it's supposed to be like a transporter, basically. Which they don't use since they have like the transport jelly thing that doesn't like chop you up into a million pieces and send you back. So they use it on this giant pig that they think is the Gragnock, but it brings it back and like turns it inside out, and then it explodes in a very like Cronenbergian way, which is pretty fucking sick.
I do like how like the one Thermian Teb is just like, oh, sorry, I'm just so amazed to watch the master at work. The conveyor belt is more art than a science.
Yeah.
That's
a great line.
It is really funny, and then like he just like makes the pig explode, like a la like there's a lot of really good Star Trek the Motion Picture references in this.
Absolutely.
Like
the transporter.
Like the transporter, the transporter mishap. And also in the beginning when like they first perceive, like he brings the crew.
Oh, to see the Protector?
To see the Protector, that's very
That
reminiscent.
reveal is very much TNP.
Yeah, and also when Laredo's bringing it out of dock and
like it like screeches against the hole. That's very funny.
But it's sort of like how it's like leaving in the dock in the original motion picture. Then, but of course, Laredo like scrapes
subverted,
the side.
very subverted. Yeah, and that's the thing is like a lot of this is like more subversions of Star Trek than anything.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fun, you know. It's almost like an Addams Family of Star Trek. It's like, what would Star Trek do, and kind of turn it on its head.
Yeah,
we do things a little differently around here. You know.
What if we had really incompetent people in the same roles?
Yeah, exactly. What if we had actors in the same roles? So, they after beaming the pig up, then the Gragnock, the actual Gragnock, appears, and it's a giant rock monster, and not like a rock monster like Hunter Biden has to fight every day.
He fights that, but he always loses.
He always loses.
The crack rock monster.
Somehow he doesn't
wins.
Die. But, or Doug Ford.
Or Doug Ford.
Who loved Doug? Was he still alive?
No, I think he died.
Oh,
pretty sure.
Oh no.
I could be wrong.
Hopefully they made his body into a giant crack
I know
pipe.
he has a brother, right? Which one's the brother?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Tom? No.
Tom of Fordland.
Yeah, Tom of Fordland. Yeah, him. The real big gay fat man who draws things and smokes crack.
Yeah.
So
I guess like also like Shatner, I guess, was mad that like they finally got the rock monsters for this because.
Oh yeah, because he wanted that in Star Trek V.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
He famously wanted that, but they didn't have enough money, and they were able to make that dream a reality. And in Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, that sucks for him.
Have the giant rock monster that he always wanted.
Bummer, dude. Yeah. So Chen ends up using the interstellar conveyor belt to get Nesmith back and get him back in one piece.
And right at the last minute.
Right at the very last second before he gets crushed by the old Gragnock. After returning to the Protector, they discover that Saris has seized the ship, demanding the Omega-13 device. Nesmith confesses that he is not an actual commander and shows Saris the Galaxy Quest quote-unquote historical documents. He understands they're just actors, and Saris forces Nesmith to explain to Mathazar, the disillusioned Thermian leader, that acting and fiction are forms of deception, and in fact they have been lying to them.
So explain it to him as if he is a child.
Yeah, it was a real hammy performance, and I loved it. Like he played a very comic booky-and villain.
Yeah, and Mathazar's reaction, he's like,
yeah.
It's just like he's trying to cry and wail, but it just comes off as a very weird melodic noise.
Kind of like what happens when I come.
Yeah. You sound like Hank Hill. I'm coming, Bobby.
Why would he tell Bobby that, man? Ask yourself that. Why would he tell Bobby that, dude?
That's a good question. I don't have an answer for you.
I think the only answers are bad, man. Never tell your son you're about to ejaculate. If you're ever in a place in life where you're announcing to your son every time you ejaculate, you need to check your values.
Check your values.
Check your value bank, because you might be bankrupt.
You know, that's Hank Hill's decision that he did that. That's not mine. That was Hank Hill that said that.
Hey, Bobby. Don't. No more. So Ceres activates the Protector's self-destruct mechanism and returns to a ship, leaving the Thermians and the cast members to die. He also locks up a bunch of Thermians in a room and lets a little leak in there, so they die slowly, because he doesn't think the other death is fast enough for them. So the humans formulate a plan to abort the self-destruct sequence and defeat Ceres's remaining troops on the ship, who have come back because it's let to know that they have escaped. So using the communicator he accidentally mixed up with him, Jason communicates with Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. Bringing back Justin Long.
I bet if we went back and watched this again, I bet he does say "Let's go, Brandon" at some point.
I bet he doesn't. I would have noticed, and I would have clipped it out, and I would have jerked off to it. All right. I've got a folder of just "Let's Go, Brandon" clips from other movies, and that's what I jerk off to now.
It's true. It's like something that we're like conditioned to hear now. So you would be like, "Oh my God, yes."
Yeah.
It's kind of like when I watched that rewatched that movie High School High with John
I love
Lovitz.
that movie.
And there's a part where the bad guy, he goes to a restaurant, he orders a steak and a glass of water, and I was just like, this motherfucker ordered sloppy steaks.
Yeah, it is. That motherfucker ordered sloppy steaks. They're like, no.
And this is
He ordered the water.
He ordered the water. I was like, oh my God. We got a sloppy steak reference before sloppy steaks.
You love to see it.
And that's why you got to look out for those like inadvertent "Let's Go, Brandon" references from the past.
So, Nesmith and Gwen talk to Brandon, and he talks them through the ship's core, including arbitrary crushers and fire that were just written into an episode of the show, and so they included them on the ship, which I thought was pretty funny.
And you can say at this point, like, they dubbed over Sigourney Weaver's speech, where she was like, well, screw that. But you can clearly see that she actually said, well, fuck that.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess, like, that was one thing I guess they changed for the theatrical release, like, because actually, like, when they did test audiences, like, they had the original, like, she goes, well, fuck that. And I guess that actually had, like, the biggest laughs
really?
of the test screenings. And, but I guess, because they wanted it to be more family friendly.
Boo.
Yeah, boo. So they took her out saying, like, well, fuck that.
Boo. We fucking hate that decision.
Yeah, but you can clearly see with her mouth, she definitely says fuck.
We should let women say fuck.
Let women say fuck.
It's a natural thing, especially for women, because they are the most fucked in the world. Literally and figuratively, I'd say. Probably.
I would say so.
Yeah. Except for, like, bottom gay boys. They get extra motherfucking fucked. Like, especially the ones on Grindr. Extra silly fucking fucked all the time.
I bet.
Dick City, baby.
Dick City!
Everybody going to the Dick City!
Dick City! I didn't even know you were going to include that reverb there.
Yeah, it was pretty good, huh?
That's good.
That was pretty good. I'm a producer, baby.
Producing.
So Brandon also reveals that the Omega... he leads them through the Omega 13 machine to get to the self-destruct sequence. and he reveals that the Omega-13 machine is not a matter destroyer, but is in fact a matter rearranger that sends the universe 13 seconds into the past, which Nesmith says is enough time to fix one mistake. So already like doing a Chekhov's gun, Deus Ex Machina here, but they've been building it up the entire film, so I'm kind of okay with it, honestly, even though it doesn't really make any sense how or why they built it.
It also makes sense, because it's like the TV show, a very cheesy TV show. Like, yeah, that would be like an episode where they introduce like the Omega-13 as like a primitive, and like since like the Thermians have no idea, like they just built it, which I think
how could they have built it if they don't know what it does?
It's true, yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they have no idea what it does or anything. It's interesting.
Yeah. So meanwhile, Quelek, who Alexander has grown fond of, is shot and killed by Sarris's men. In perhaps the best scene of the film, Alexander tells him, by Grabthar's hammer, you will be avenged. And it makes me cry every time.
Every single time.
It is such a great emotive scene. Fucking, it is played up so well. Like, it's just really well done. And if you don't cry at this, you can go fuck yourself. You're a monster. You should go be a cop if you don't cry at this, because you feel nothing.
You feel nothing.
It had the perfect build up and payoff, because like Alan Rickman does sell it like saying those lines is absolute poison to him.
Right. Up until this point. And then he grants
Quelek's dying wish to like hear those lines from him as he dies, and he dies with like a peaceful serenity on his face.
Right. And then Alexander goes into the hallway where the guy's gun is jammed, and he just goes up to him and beats him to death with his hands. Which is fucking sick.
That's really good.
Yeah. With renewed confidence, the crew challenges Sarris and draws his ship into the magnetic minefield. They do kind of a chase for a while, and Sarris doesn't realize it, but the Protector is dragging magnetic mines behind it. Sarris starts to come towards the Protector, weapons and shields up, and their shields down, right before the Protector cuts away and drags all of the mines into Sarris's vessel, destroying it.
Hells yeah.
And this is just, honestly, just a great space scene. Like, the CGI isn't great on here or anything, but it hasn't aged poorly.
No.
I guess. It's completely serviceable for the film, especially since this is just, like, kind of a family-friendly comedy film.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. So the Protector approaches Earth to bring the humans home. Oh, also at some point, I totally missed this, but Tony Shalhoub's character falls in love with Lalari. Yeah, they like kind of just fall for each other. And he's definitely into tentacles. That's all I can tell you.
I do love that scene. Yeah, and like Guy is watching.
Yeah, he's like, oh, that's not right. Yeah, which was very 1999 of him to say.
Yeah.
And it was like, now I'm just like, that is so outdated. But like, it's played pretty well.
Yeah, and actually I would say like, except for that line, like I would say like this does have a sort of timeless feel, where it's like there's not too many like cultural moments that really like define it as being like the end of like 1999 or anything.
True.
It seems like this could been made yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, except for like no one has cell phones or anything, but there's nothing that really makes it stand out as like being like, oh, here's NSYNC or something.
But at the same time, no one has cell phones, but no one uses landlines either. They use the communicators throughout the entire film, so it's like it does have a timelessness to it, because there's no flip phones in there, which would date it. There's no early iPhones in there, which would date it. They just have the communicators, so it's undateable.
It is undateable, yeah.
Which is pretty fucking sick.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's pretty cool. And the only car we really see is like that one limousine. And limousines are basically always
look like a box.
Yeah.
You see 70-year-old limousines all the time. 30-year-old limousines, whatever. doesn't matter. So the Protector approaches Earth to bring the crew home, but Ceres, who escaped the ship's destruction, ambushes them on the bridge and fatally wounds several crew members. Nesmith is shot, but manages to activate Omega-13, which creates a 13-second time warp into the past, giving him and Mathazar a chance to disarm Ceres before he repeats his attack. And Mathazar beats him with his cane because he got injured earlier. He has a cane now, which is pretty fun.
I do like when Mathazar comes back, and after the initial defeat of Ceres, he's like, what a deception! You said the ship is only this big! He thinks like that he was being deceptive about it being a TV show.
Right. And, like it was a triple cross.
A triple cross, was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
And I also like during like the Ceres scene where he's killing everyone, like it shows everyone get shot except Guy.
Yeah,
the one
who's afraid of getting shot the entire film because he thinks he's expendable.
Yeah, I guess like Sam Rockwell played him as Bill Paxton from Aliens.
Yeah, game over, man.
Yeah, game over. Yeah, he said he was inspired by Bill Paxton for this performance.
Yeah,
which it definitely comes through.
that totally makes sense.
Yeah,
hearing that. Yeah, because he totally plays it just like that, like a totally doomed guy who knows he's doomed, but it's still kind of funny.
Yeah, Bill Paxton's hilarious. I will say, like, I thought in Aliens, I thought they did, when he does end up getting killed, I thought it was like kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah,
they just kind of grab him from. They could just grab him from the ceiling. I feel like as being like, I'm gonna die, man. Like he should have had like a really cooler death.
Like he should have like exploded. So the Protector can't make it in the atmosphere of Earth, so the bridge separates from the main vessel to land the humans on Earth, while the main section of the ship carries the Thermians into interstellar space and beyond. Guided by Brandon, and his friends acting as beacons using Roman candles, the Protector bridge crashes into a Galaxy Quest convention, coming to a stop at the main stage. And probably killing several people and like destroying many cars in the parking lot.
Everyone's fine though.
But also like, okay, we'll talk about it after. Like, there's some aftermath to this I'm very curious about.
Oh yeah, I guess that would bring up a lot of questions.
It's beyond it's an intergalactic incident is what it is. So the Days cast emerges to the cheers of their fans, but Ceres reappears
as being introduced by Kevin McDonald.
Oh yeah, they are introduced by Kevin McDonald, who I thought was Quellic this entire time, but was not.
I wonder if he did an audition to be one of the Thermians.
Maybe Quellic, because he's very similar.
He's very similar, and he has I think he's able to do like a very weird speech pattern. Just
absolutely, yeah, 100%. That's why I thought it was him the entire time too, is because it seems like him. So the Days cast emerges to the cheers of the fans, but Ceres reappears to threaten them again. Nesmith shoots and destroys him with his phaser once again, which would bring up a lot of questions. And
they think it's a special effect.
The crowd does assume it's just special effects.
And I do like how it's like it's a real ass phaser, but then it does have like a very like funny like end explosion because there's like a little tiny flame that comes out, like, so it does look really fake and stupid. It almost looks like a firework.
It does kind of, the cast basks in the adoration of Brandon, his pals, and all of their many fans. Nesmith kisses Gwen, and the movie is over. Or
is it?
It is.
Then we have like the adventure continues.
Yeah, but then after that, we are led to know that they get after 15 years they get a new show called Galaxy Quest. The Voyage Continues or something like that. And Guy is the security officer now, called like Rock is his name.
Yeah, Rock Ingram or something.
Yeah, it's just a sick name.
And then and also Lara Lee is.
Oh yeah,
she's
like in engineering now or something.
Yeah, it's funny they kiss and her name is just Jane Doe.
Yeah.
Because and just she's great. She's really funny.
Yeah. That's a delightful fucking film.
Delightful motherfucking film.
I can't say enough good things about it.
Yeah.
It is honestly nearly a perfect film. Like the way
They
it's
just
paced,
needed to have that parking lot, like the parking lot explained.
it's like I mean, there's very few like inconsistencies in the film. I feel there's a lot to love about the film. Like the pacing is like Masters of the Universe. Like it is paced so fucking well. Like it has like perfect first, second, third act pacing. Everything is like very clear. Like the scenes are all very snappy and fun. The CGI hasn't aged horribly.
No.
Like even like the rock monster is fine.
Yeah, that's the reason why I was like, yeah, it does seem like a timeless film because yeah, you could easily just watch this and like the CGI doesn't stand out as being necessarily bad. I mean, it actually looks better than like Marvel movies.
Yeah,
because this is back when like they actually had artistry attached to a lot of CGI
and probably unions as well.
And unions, and there's not like just like a soulless factory like churning out like CGI renditions of people's faces crudely pasted on bodies. But yeah, I would say like this movie you can watch at any time. Like it still resonates. It resonates today. There's still a massive Star Trek fan base. Like it's still like Star Trek is part of our cultural memory and so yeah, it's a great film.
Yeah, it's very fucking good. The music is really good. I'm trying to figure out who did the music.
Oh yeah.
It's David Newman is his name. Oh, here we go.
Newman.
Okay. So he's best known probably. He did the music for Norbit.
Another classic movie.
Yeah.
Everyone, where's the Norbit heads at out there in our listener base? Like, how many? Or are all our Norbit fans?
He conducted the score to Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Squeakquel.
Woof. So yeah, he did.
He was the conductor for Serenity. Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad.
Oh, the Firefly movie.
Yeah. He was the conductor for Robots. The conductor for Scooby-Doo 2, The Monsters Unleashed. The conductor for Daddy Daycare.
Okay.
Conductor for Cat in the Hat.
So he's Eddie Murphy's personal.
Apparently so. He's in a lot of because Dr. Dolittle 2 as well.
Oh wow! So yeah,
Bowfinger. Yeah, no, 100%. Like
wow, that's so fucking funny. I just made a joke. Oh my god! So he's probably personally requested by Eddie Murphy then.
Probably. He's probably he's Eddie Murphy's conductor.
He's Eddie Murphy's conductor. He's like Eddie Murphy's like, all right, I got a new film coming out. It's absolute garbage, and I need my best composer on this.
Oh, he played violin on E.T., Poltergeist, Tron.
Oh wow.
Yeah, The Plague Dogs. Yeah. Twilight Zone the movie.
Oh, the ill-fated one where people died.
Yeah, 100%. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Played violin on there. Yeah, he's all over the place.
Wow. So he's an accomplished violinist. Eddie Murphy's personal composer.
Was the conductor for
Rover Dangerfield.
Oh, Rover Dangerfield.
Yeah, the one.
Oh my God.
Where Rodney Dangerfield's a dog.
I love
Cartoon
that
dog. Yeah.
Hey, I get no respect here. I'm a dog.
Cops are always trying to shoot me. Yeah. So how much do you think this movie cost?
I remember it didn't do well in theaters, so
It did all right in theaters.
it did all right.
It made back twice what it cost.
Oh, interesting. I'm gonna say 63,
45.
45. Interesting.
Because this was made in 99.
Oh yeah.
This is before we had like $100 million movies. And
Yeah.
stuff like that.
No, we're probably like factoring in inflation and stuff. It probably would be.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. It'd be probably about 100 million now.
Yeah.
And it made back 90 million at box office, which
nice.
is an okay return. So it made back double that, and then of course it has a huge cult following, so it made back a ton, I'm sure, on DVDs and shit.
Yeah, DVDs and everything else. It probably has done really well there because it is it does have like a special. I mean, you talk to anybody who's seen Galaxy Quest, and they're just like, I fucking love that movie.
No, it's such a good movie.
I think it has like a 90% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
And honestly, that's like 10% too low.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's straight up. It's.
I mean, it's no Paddington 2.
I mean, that's true. Paddington 2 does have 100% though.
Yeah.
But it is like beat for beat, such a good film. There's so much there's very little to dislike about the film, I'd say. It's incredibly well paced.
The parking lot thing I can't get over. But.
Yeah, the parking lot. I hope someone gets crucified. Like they actually have to construct their own cross and be crucified on it just for that.
Yeah.
I hope like all of his grandchildren have to do that for generations.
They need each like eldest male child of their bloodline has to carry their own cross.
Yeah.
And be crucified upon it.
Yeah, on their 18th birthday.
On their 18th birthday.
So they know how sweet life can be.
Yeah.
For that continuity mistake.
For that continuity mistake. Yeah. Also, why was Saris and his crew able to speak English?
That's a good. Well, I guess they had translators. I'm sure.
Oh, that's right. They
have a universal translator thing because
that's right.
Face is broken.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
They have translators. Never mind.
Yeah.
My bad. Okay, so it's just the parking lot thing that's really keeping it from being a 100% movie.
Yeah. Also, you got to wonder like this would like cause like a bunch of research on an alien vessel that had crash landed on Earth, presumably. That ripped through a parking lot.
And there's an actual just alien just like living.
And no one questions it.
No one questions it.
No one, yeah.
I mean, we're not too sure if everyone knows Lara Lee is like actually a alien or not.
No, she just looks like a goth girl, and people don't bother goth girls.
No, she looks like the goth girl from NCIS.
A little bit like Abby.
Yeah, Abby.
We respect her by her goddamn name in this house, all right?
I never watched NCIS.
I don't watch it either, but I know Abby, okay?
I know Abby.
I watch Abby clip scenes on YouTube.
Usually with your pants off.
Never with my pants on, friend.
You follow that actress's career very well. She was in NCIS. And
my dreams.
NCIS.
All of my dreams.
All of your dreams.
Even the bad ones.
Where she's chasing you with a chainsaw, but even then that's kind of erotic.
Oh, it is. Hey, baby, why don't you come over here with our rum?
Yeah, no, it's a excellent. Yeah, but yeah, like there is some, and I wonder if like they did say recently that they were thinking about doing the sequel finally. Right,
which would be fine. I'd be fine, even though Tim Allen's a fucking cuck.
He sucks. Like Tim Allen, it is interesting. Like Tim Allen.
And also no Alan Rickman would really suck.
Yeah, no Alan Rickman, unfortunately, because he died. So they would have to explain that, but. I feel like if they got a good enough script and they were able to like, it'd probably see these actors again dealing with like the cancelization of like the reintroduction.
Right, and like them getting like one more go on streaming or something like that.
But it would be interesting to see if they address like there's alien technology on Earth that was confiscated and stuff.
Yeah.
And pretty much everyone's still like an actor and stuff. Like I think I just saw Missy Pyle was recently in the Why the Last Man. I'm pretty sure that was her. And so it would be interesting to see like all of those people come back. Tony Shalhoub on that knob. Tony Shalhoub on that knob. Sam Rockwell. I haven't seen Sam Rockwell on a lot of stuff lately.
Yeah, me neither. I bet he's just sitting on a pile of cash.
Yeah, I'm also kind of curious. When reading stuff about this, because he was in Moon with Kevin Spacey,
right?
And I guess like he didn't know if he was going to take this role. And Kevin Spacey is the one who convinced him to do it. So I'm like, are they friends?
I mean, they could have been. I hope they're not still friends.
Yeah, I know. I hope they're not on like a personal working relationship. Also, who was originally set to direct this movie?
Who's that?
Harold Ramis.
Oh, that's right. I saw that.
Yeah, and initially they were talking about having Steve Martin and Jason Nesmith's role.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could actually see that. No, I think he'd actually do a pretty good job in this role.
Yeah, I think Steve Martin would have done an excellent job. Like,
Yeah.
he would have been. I mean, he's still really funny.
He is. He's just a naturally funny guy. I watched a thing of his the other day that was on like SNL. It was like him at a diving competition, and like most of it was just like, whatever. But like there was one part where he was eating a sandwich on the diving board, and then he just stuffs it in his swimsuit, and the announcer's like, "Oh, he's putting his sandwich in his swimsuit for later." And it made me LOL for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was very funny.
Yeah, he's such a funny guy. He's great. Like, yeah, God, I would have loved him in that role. I do really enjoy like.
I think
Only
Tim
Murders in
Allen's great in here. It's just like
good.
I don't think Tim Allen's good in anything, but he's great here.
Yeah, he's great here. Like,
Which tells me maybe
you don't like the Santa Claus?
Santa Claus is fine.
Yeah.
I hate the one with Martin Short.
I love Martin Short.
I know you do, and that's where you're wrong. But that's something we'll always disagree on. Like
know.
that fucking article came out about how Martin Short's not funny. Or was that him or Dana Carvey? I don't remember.
Martin Short.
Yeah, and I was just like, thank God,
And I was
finally somebody
and I was-
understands me.
And I was just like, I will hunt this person down and skin them alive.
That person was me.
I wrote that article.
Well, you're getting skinned,
No thanks. I'm getting foreskinned, baby.
Foreskinned. They're putting more skin on there.
Yeah, they're grafting.
Foreskin. I want more skin.
Yeah, they're grafting an extra 3 inches on there, so I can properly say I have a 4-inch penis.
And so you can properly say that you have a wizard sleeve.
Yeah,
Let me look in my wizard sleeve.
yeah, I don't have to carry a bag anymore. I can just put my wallet in there.
Yeah, keep Hershey Kisses in there and just like squeeze them out when you need them.
Oh yeah, they get a little melty. I think.
Oh, but just a little bit. It's like warmed up to 98 degrees, so it doesn't melt all the way. It's still a little soft.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to maybe like put a little Biscoff cookie in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Biscoff candy.
That'd soak up some of the juices, you know. Be like dipping it in a tea.
Yeah, just like you're dipping a biscuit in it.
Yeah, dipping a biscuit.
Yeah, dipping the biscuit.
Dipping the biscuit, baby.
Okay. No, yeah, yeah. What were you even talking about?
Dipping the biscuit,
Dipping
baby.
the biscuit.
I love how you never know when I have the effect on.
I never
so-
know.
Yeah, not that time. Sorry.
No, sorry, it's all right.
It's okay.
It's okay.
So, we have anything else to add about this film?
If you haven't seen it, if you somehow haven't seen this film, so what the hell are you doing listening to this? Like, you should have watched it
Yeah, and then listen to this.
and then listen to this. Like, you should enjoy it in its entirety. It's a great film to revisit every once in a while.
It's straight up one of the best Star Trek films, and in fact, it was voted the 7th best Star Trek film out of 12 by Star Trek fans at a convention one time.
And they ain't wrong.
And I mean, no, they are wrong because
should have been number one.
No, it should have been honestly probably number 2 or 3. I can definitely make the case that Star Trek 4 is the best Star Trek film.
You can.
And a lot of people can make the case that Wrath of Khan is number 2.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
No, literally, Wrath of Khan is Star Trek number 2. That's the case I'm making.
Fuck. Yeah, I guess you would have just like the top would just be all the odd numbered Star Trek films, and then
the top
yeah, the top rated
top rated.
Star Trek films.
You mean the even ones?
Even? I meant
Yeah,
even.
I
Yeah,
was
even.
like-
Sorry.
so what's going on?
I confused odds and evens there for a second. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
you did. I was.
Yeah, I meant even numbers.
Yeah,
Even numbers would be at
like
the top.
TMP isn't everyone's favorite.
Yeah, so it would be Star Trek 4, Star Trek 2, Galaxy Quest,
Yeah, and then probably Star Trek 6.
and probably Star Trek 6. Yeah.
Or for me, honestly, 5. I love 5 so much.
You do.
I do.
You're the 5 stan.
I am the 5 stan. It's really it's the Cybok for me, baby.
And that's part of why this is actually like should be higher rated because it actually has the rock monsters.
It does
William
have the
Shatner
rock
always wanted.
monsters.
Yeah.
Rock Monster! Rock
Monster! Monster!
But it wasn't a rock, it was a rock monster.
I love that they make the same song all the time. It's great.
B-52s?
Yeah.
They're an amazing band.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of them and Devo lately. B-52s are like the gayest band in existence.
I would have to say so, yeah.
Yeah. Like Fred, what's his name? Fred Schneider. Fred Schneider. Insanely gay.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I love his gay energy. He's just like such a limp-wristed, like, just yell,
Dancing around on stage.
He's such a bratty bottom type, and I love him for it. we love Fred Schneider.
He's great.
Yep.
Yeah. He should have been in this movie somehow in some capacity.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Who knows?
No, he should have done the theme song like they did for Flintstones.
Oh, yeah.
Which if you
Flintstones?
Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. They're a modern Stone Age family. No.
But otherwise, you have anything you want to add about Galaxy Quest?
No, it is such a fantastic film. You need to go watch it.
Yeah, I would say it's probably like a movie I like to put on if I'm feeling sad.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
It's a feel-good movie. It brings out your emotions. It's just unlimited fun.
Yeah.
It's got a great arc, great pacing, great editing, good music. It's altogether just a good film.
Yeah, and hopefully they do end up making the sequel soon.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Or perhaps a squeakquel.
Oh, the squeakquel, yeah.
The squeakquel, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean we got the squeakquel guy on this, the composer.
Yeah, the composer.
Yeah, so he's already squeaked up. He knows what a squeakquel
He's
needs.
squeaking and geeking, baby.
He's just like, oh, I got that squeakquel in me. Ooh, that squeakquel dog is barking.
I got that chipmunk in me.
I got that chipmunk in me. The
Chip, 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 chip,
chip,
chip.
chip, 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 chip.
Yeah, what did chipmunks sound like? I don't know.
I don't know. I have like a recording. I recorded when I was up in the peninsula. I recorded a chipmunk making noises.
We're not putting that on the podcast.
It's so good though. It's a really cute video.
Okay, maybe we can do it after the credits so people don't have to listen to it. So
That's true.
So anyway, thanks for hanging with us, Soyagers.
Yeah.
Be well, travel safe, and go watch Galaxy Quest. It's a real joy.
Go watch that motherfucking Galaxy Quest. Hang dong. Or thanks for trekking with us, soy boys, girls, and willy beans.
Hang
Dong and Shocker!